ignoring good advice your whole life. Welcome to Shitty Life Advice.
Hello and welcome to Shitty Life Advice. This is episode 6 with Sam Lamont. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you, Tracy. Wow, surprise introduction from Tracy. Normally it's Reese doing that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 6th episode of Shitty Life Advice. Hello to the 7 people in the chat who are mostly all my really close friends. But you know what? That might be what this show becomes. This is Shitty Life Advice. Here's the deal. There's a lot of good advice out there, and you don't do any of it. And there's a lot of really bad advice that sounds like good advice. Well, this show is good advice that sounds like bad advice. Not really. That's not quite right. Basically, we interact. We have fun. I have 2 of my dear friends here, and I'm going to give you the worst possible advice ever in hopes that you from the inside reject the awful things that I say and find the strength from within to fucking improve yourself already, or not, or just enjoy life. And I've also brought some friends along who are more qualified than me to give you advice.
Are we supposed to introduce ourselves?
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Benjamin Russick. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I am Sam's adversary.
I am MC McDonald. I'm a PhD trauma researcher, author, and life coach.
And I missed the goldfish.
Yeah, I missed the goldfish too.
I thought we just no goldfish today.
No, but I have great news, everyone. So here's the deal. The first 10 episodes, we're allowed to keep it loosey-goosey. We're working through all the kinks. After this meeting today, we are having a full meeting, all hands on deck, except we're missing Amanda, who fell down a flight of stairs this morning.
Oh, no.
I forgot to mention that.
God, that's awful.
Didn't want to kill the vibe with her problems.
Is she okay?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard from her in a couple hours. We'll see.
Thanks.
Anyway, and we'll slowly be making little improvements. So I have the live chat open. If you have ideas for the show, I would love to hear them. What should the set look like? This was just something we threw together a couple weeks ago, and life came at us fast, and we never bothered changing it. Should everyone be on green screen? Should there be books behind me to make me look smarter than I am? Speaking of books, do you want to share the news?
Yes, I have a book coming out. We actually have a copy.
Where is
Can
it?
we show the copy?
We have a first copy.
I have a book coming out. It's called Unbroken. The Trauma Response is Never Wrong. And Sam Lamont was the recipient, the first human recipient of a copy of the book. It comes out March 14th, 2023, which is in just a couple weeks, but you can pre-order now.
And it's called Unbroken.
Yes.
And it's on Amazon now.
It's on Amazon and all the places you buy books.
It's on Barnes and
here is
Noble.
what it's on Barnes and Noble. It's also at your favorite indie bookstore, which we love to support. And the idea of the book is just that we are going to flip around everything we think we know about trauma and the trauma response and reframe it as a strength response rather than a sign of brokenness or weakness.
Sounds like a lot of work.
And I can say I've been reading it, and it's excellent, and it's been helping me with my work. So,
Oh, really?
Thank you.
Really?
Yay, thank you.
Wow, that's so
For
sweet.
sure.
Ta-da.
So wholesome. Anyway, I have some shitty life advice to start us off with. I went to my first CrossFit class today of the year, and I feel terrible. So let me spare you trying to improve yourself. Don't bother. It will only make you feel worse. In actuality, there's like phlegm coming out of the back of my throat. My ears feel foggy. I actually feel awful.
That's too much information. Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome. I showed up today, and the coach, who was very nice, was like, "Oh, great. Is this your first filthy 50?" And I'm like, well, this is like my first class.
What does
Sam,
that mean?
So, Sam, you know what happens when you do CrossFit? It brings out your true self.
Yeah, what's going to happen to me?
Well, that's why you feel so terrible. It's because it's just all.
I need to know what a filthy 50 is.
I'll tell you what a filthy 50 is because it nearly killed me. A filthy 50 was like a list of things. Like there was 50 double unders and 50 jumping pull-ups and 50 burpees and 50 hollow rocks and 50. It was like a list.
I thought it meant he said you looked like you were 50.
Oh,
That was my first.
I wish. Then people might take me seriously.
Look, I was tasked with being his adversary.
Yes.
I'm going to do it.
You're doing a great job.
I'm going to do
Are
it.
you
And
also my
oh,
adversary?
No, I like you.
For any new
You
listeners
wrote a good book.
of the 13 people here, hello. Welcome to our living room, basically.
Why can't I see the chat?
I know,
miss it.
because I didn't bring my laptop, so you're locked out. Sorry about it. I'll read it to you. Don't you trust me to read you all the good comments?
Not at all.
Okay. Great. I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, we like to start this program off with a little grounding exercise that we call Ungrounded. Apparently, that's not what we call it. We call it undergrounding. But I have a graphic made by our very own Tracy for Ungrounded, and that will probably get switched out next week. Anyway, close your eyes. Close your eyes. You too. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Maybe my eyes are closed. You wouldn't know. That's why I wear the glasses. I want you to just give yourself this moment. This one little moment. The day may have already happened fast for you. That's because your life sucks. And if you were rich enough, you could have a nice slow start to the day. But you can't. You only get this tiny little moment to yourself, and you've decided to watch our show and stay stimulated rather than to relax. And that's okay. Welcome, friends. I have problems too. I YouTube too much, which is why I want to YouTube myself. I want you to connect with the highest version of yourself. Who you would be if your parents hadn't have screwed you up so badly. Who you would be if you felt safe. If you felt at peace. If you felt like the world was happening for you. Connect with that version of yourself. That silly, made-up fantasy. That is just some strange coping mechanism to help you make it another day. And slowly let that dissolve, because it's not real. Look at your hands for a second. That's actually you. Did your hands look that good in your mind? No, they probably looked a lot better. Your hands are wrinkly because you're getting old, and every day you're closer to dying. And you haven't done enough. You haven't done enough with your life. And it's too late. It's too late. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take that highest version of ourselves, and you could use that right now as a North Star for your life, as something to stay aware of and connected to and move towards. Or you could abandon that journey right now and just accept your mediocrity. Touch your gut. That's you, friend. You did that to you. Your one precious body. Look what you've done with it. Did you even make your bed this morning? All right. I think we're good. Thank you, Reese, for that. I don't know if today's undergrounding was good or if I just really enjoyed it, but I'm here for it. So, do we have a hero today?
No.
No?
Sad.
So sad. No hero. Let's play the hero complex thing anyway. Yeah, this is normally when we'd help someone out on my TV screen. But I'm all out of favors with friends. So Reese is going to put the Zoom link in the group chat. And if anybody just wants to join on just go ahead.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, as my therapist said, what are you afraid of? That your shitty show will be too shitty? And I like to stay grounded to that. So today's episode is about coping mechanisms. Which one of you came up with that idea?
Tracy did.
Tracy. God. Wish we had
Yes. Hi.
hello.
Ooh, shit.
I wish we had a camera for Tracy, but we don't yet. Anyway, it's a great topic. Before we go into coping mechanisms, I want you to tell on yourselves. What are your coping mechanisms?
You want to go first?
No, I don't.
TikTok.
What are the juicy ones?
TikTok. Distraction. I'm a big distractor. You're like, that's cute.
Oh my
You have
God! Come
something
on. Do I
dark.
need to go first?
No.
Okay.
She just did it. She just said what her coping mechanism.
I know both of you.
Okay,
Spit it out.
Sam, what's my coping mechanism?
You watch way too much Netflix. You watch every new show that comes out.
Every new show?
Yes. How do I know? Because you constantly recommend brand new shows.
That is
No,
true.
I constantly recommend the best TV there is available.
That means
Thank
you're
you.
watching all of it.
and it's not. No, I'm not. It's not necessarily on Netflix.
It's mostly Netflix.
There's 5 really good shows out.
Okay.
in
What
the
are
last-
they? Free advertising. What are the shows?
Severance, Station 11, Succession. There's a movie Vesper that's really good. The
You
menu
only
is
do S ones.
S ones.
Shitty.
No, I'm not going to do S ones. The menu was good. It was okay. Kind of fell apart, but it's good. And then Queen's Gambit is good. A little bit old, but still
All
very
right.
good.
Let me cut to the chase. Are you saying you're a balanced individual?
I don't even care.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
I don't. You do CrossFit. I don't. Why should I listen to you?
That's a good point.
So my
That's a great point.
my coping mechanisms are television, food, specifically food. I like popcorn and grapes, very cold grapes or frozen grapes, even though Tracy doesn't like frozen grapes. My coping mechanisms are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, occasionally calling my mother.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for that nothing burger.
What do you want?
I want the good stuff, man.
What's good stuff?
I want the stuff you do at 2 a.m. when no
Like
one's looking.
TikTok.
I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
sleep. I'm staring into the darkness,
But
wondering
we
why I
all
can't
know
sleep.
you can't sleep for shit. So what are you doing?
I stare into the darkness and cry.
Okay.
Also-
Crying's actually a great coping mechanism, I think. Right?
It is, for sure. It gets out stress hormones.
Okay. Will you give us something better than
I don't know.
this
I don't know
poor
if I have
performance we
something
just got?
better. TikTok, true crime,
Are you on TikTok
Reddit.
now?
I'm on TikTok now.
Oh, no.
But I was on TikTok always. I was a voyeur.
You're lurking. You lurk on
I was
TikTok?
a, I'm a Reddit lurker and a
I
and a
understand.
TikTok
Okay,
lurker.
well, we all know there's nothing wrong with Reddit. Okay, like we all know that, right? We've all we can agree on that here. What do
I
you
saw
watch?
a crazy post yesterday.
What do you watch on TikTok?
Everything, anything.
What does the algorithm like know you love? Like what's it giving to you?
Funny things. Animals doing ridiculous shit.
Bunnies.
Did you see the one with the cat and the bunny outfit?
Yeah, it did.
Wow, it looks really psychotic and strange.
It does.
and creepy.
It does.
That's
yeah.
see, we have the same algorithm. It's because I follow her on TikTok.
Yeah, I follow him too.
Yeah,
I deleted it.
I like all your stuff. What?
Why?
Yeah, I deleted it.
Why?
Was it a time suck for you?
I'm not giving my information to the CCP.
Oh, I don't care about
Who gives a shit, dude?
They
They
have all
already
your
have, they have all your
information.
information. Your shit doesn't. You know. Your
See,
shit-
I'm wheezy from exercising. That's how I know it's bad for you.
That
That's how I know I should never work out again.
Well, no, that just means you're past your prime and you're beyond help. So
maybe
Oh
there's
my
a
God,
method
Dennis
of
is in the
exercise
chat.
That
Dennis-
is not.
Dennis, you wouldn't come on the damn show and you're in the chat. I see you, Dennis. I see you.
be nice to Dennis.
Maybe he's working.
Dennis
We
is a
love
nice
Dennis.
person and he has a lot on his plate.
Oh, Paul's coming as our hero.
Oh, great.
Paul-
Okay, apparently Paul's coming.
Oh, he just said signing in.
Fantastic.
But I don't really I don't think I have any. I wouldn't call myself a balanced individual, but I try. I don't think I have any like gnarly coping
Balance is overrated.
Okay.
mechanisms anymore.
How do you guys feel about self-improvement? Why try?
Transcendence.
What are you transcending? Your own shitty existence?
Yeah, all the stuff that you can't control, the shitty things that have happened to you, all the compost pile that has been your past.
I think that human beings have an innate drive towards health, and you can't escape that. And you just do it, and you know what's bad for you, and you know what's good for you.
I don't like the word health. I think it's dumb. I like
Wow.
like wholeness.
You heard
Okay.
it.
We have an innate drive
You heard
towards
it here.
wholeness.
The professional said health is dumb.
No, I think that word has it's like an empty modifier now. That what does it mean?
Excellent. I agree.
I'm angered.
I'm
Cardio, respiratory recovery
I'm never going to use
rates.
that word again. Of course, in the middle, then I'm going to text you the word health. Just
Two
like
in the morning.
health.
Health.
I'm going to
Can
call
you
you.
send
Up.
me a voice memo?
I'm just going to say health.
That's
I'm going to get you a T-shirt.
Health is stupid.
I mean, yeah,
Yep.
health is dumb.
What are your bad coping mechanisms?
You name it. I've done it. So obviously I'm an ex-meth head. I love drugs, but I've been separated from my one true love for 11 years now. It's really awful. Society did not accept me as a drinker or a user. So now I am forced to do other things. Let's see. Well, along the 11 years, I mean, I've loved everything that makes me not have to feel how I'm feeling. I like sex. I like sexting. I like food is a great mood modifier. Risks.
What kind of risks do you like to take?
I post naked shots on Reddit anonymously.
Do you really?
Yeah. All the time.
Are you kidding?
No,
I can't tell.
I'm not. Look it. Stop. I'm
You
not kidding.
post naked pictures of
Yes.
yourself on Reddit
Yeah.
because why?
The thrill, the high, the
What's
exhibition.
What's the risk?
What's the risk?
You could get identified.
And then you'd be revealed as someone who's naked sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, oh my God, that's a human
It
being.
feels exciting at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'd make a great congressman.
That's why I like, yeah, I would make a great congressman.
You know?
Do they anonymously post? They send
Well,
it.
there
to
was
their-
a congressman, this guy Wiener, I think that was sending.
Yeah, but
Scott
like
Wiener,
sending it
who
to
showed his wiener.
But the point is that
subordinates.
he what I'm saying is that he's a perfect candidate for a sex scandal.
Oh,
So
same,
he'd be a
yeah.
perfect candidate for
Oh, okay.
Congress.
Ty's helping us get back on track. She wants to talk about coping that we would actually recommend.
Oh yeah.
So that's your guys' territory. I'm gonna put on my talk shit stance, and you guys can talk about healthy coping.
Don't use the word health.
No health allowed. Okay.
Wholeness coping mechanisms.
Wholeness cope.
I'm never going to let that go, just so you know. It challenged me once.
I'm glad. Don't let it go. You shouldn't. There are so many options for healthy coping. I think it depends on what's going on and also what your level of overwhelm is. So for me, I like to think about it as in terms of having a toolbox where you have lots of different coping tools for different kinds of situations. If I'm at peak overwhelm and panic attack, breathing exercises are not going to work. Yoga is not going to work. I need distraction, and it needs to be like entire distraction. But then there's other levels.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So I'm out of practice. When I sit down to, like I sat down to try and meditate this morning, I feel like I'm going to crawl out of my skin. When I need to do focused work alone, now we do co-working on Zoom, and like I have friends that I'll co-work with and a book club that we co-work with. That's fine. That seems to get whatever is going through. That's enough. When I sit down on myself these days to just like do regular human things like work or fold laundry, I feel like internally screaming.
It's because there's a dirty little secret about meditation that no one talks about, which is that the research shows that if you have any kind of anxiety, PTSD, OCD, anxiety disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, you should not turn to meditation first.
Really? I
Yeah.
hate meditation.
Yeah.
It makes me nuts.
Yeah. It's only going to push on all of the stuff that you're trying
So
to heal.
what
and
are you supposed to do then?
distract. One of the best things you can do is complete the stress cycle. So exercise for 20 minutes, even if you're just walking, getting the adrenaline, because if you're anxious, you have an excess of adrenaline in your muscles and your body. And so that's why you fidget. That's why you feel anxious. That's why you want to crawl out of your skin.
So
Getting the adrenaline something to do is a super good way.
like if I'm trying to say get to sleep and I'm my what is it, the sympathetic nervous system is on
Is online.
on
You wanna talk
high.
about the nervous system?
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah, let's talk about it. Like I get a thing where like the nerves are on, like the cells are moving.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop.
Yep.
If I meditate, I get worse. I can't eat food because that won't help me sleep. I can't like kava tea helps a little teeny bit, but what do I do?
So we could talk about the nervous system in a bunch of different ways, but the thing you need to know is that the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system are designed to toggle back and forth.
Okay.
So sympathetic nervous system amps everything up. Parasympathetic slows everything down. The way you can remember that is parachute slows you down. That took me like 15 years to remember for some reason. So one of the keys to turning on the parasympathetic response is to access and manually manipulate the vagus nerve. It is a nerve that wanders from your brainstem all the way through your body, and it touches all of your internal organs that are responsible for breathing, blood flow, heart rate, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So
How does one activate the vagus nerve?
I will tell you.
She's getting there. Don't interrupt.
Why are you making that face? Okay, there's two ways. It has the most nerve endings in the back of your throat and in front of your diaphragm. So one of the very well-studied ways to really quickly activate the parasympathetic response is to gargle for 2 minutes. But you can also do diaphragmatic breathing. You can chant, anything that causes
What is
vibration.
diaphragmatic breathing?
So you breathe into your diaphragm, which is right below your rib cage.
Okay.
Oh, so the deep belly breath hippies were right the
They
whole
were
time?
right the whole time.
Wow. So
But-
that part of meditating you like, the
Yes.
deep belly breaths.
Is that like the breath of fire?
That has to do with where it is in your mouth, but the breath of fire actually creates that vibration in the back of your throat. So
Huh.
does chanting VU.
Voo.
Yeah. So if you chant that, you can actually feel the vibrations in the back of your throat. There's other ways to stimulate the back of your throat as well, but we don't have to talk about them.
I was going to make that joke, but I don't want to make
Well,
that joke.
what do you gargle with?
Anything, salt water.
We're sick.
Yeah.
Gargling's
Let's just
harmless,
keep-
Ben. Why are
let's-
you laughing? What have you been watching lately?
I've been on, looking at your
TikTok.
pictures.
You have,
Yeah,
you have to
TikTok.
scroll
Wait,
a couple of
finish that
pages.
sentence.
You got to scroll a couple of pages to get to the gargle, Ben.
He's finding you on
That's
Reddit.
that's
what he's
deep
doing.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
So the vagus nerve.
So the vagus nerve. So if you activate the vagus nerve manually, then your parasympathetic nervous system will come online.
I'm gonna text Sam in the late night. Sam, would you please help me activate my vagus nerve?
Speaking of sexting.
I'll help you.
I
Ben.
need help. Please come stimulate my vagus nerve.
Open up.
No,
All right.
that's the step too far.
I'm sorry.
I had to happen.
It had to happen.
So,
Anyway,
So those are great coping tools.
for when you feel like you're screaming out of your skin.
That's
Now,
awesome.
What am I doing when I continue to just stimulate?
You're distracting. So you're trying to push blood flow back into your prefrontal cortex to calm down your fear center.
Oh, is that why I like really heady stuff?
Yes.
Is that bad?
No. It's bad if you're doing it 14 hours a day, but
'cause
we
I-
have to get rid of this idea that like if you're doing something that you enjoy that helps you, that it's
Because one
somehow
one
bad.
thing I do when I can't sleep is I play chess online.
Yeah,
And
yep.
I thought, oh, that just gets me activated, but it really does seem to calm me down.
Totally. One of the best studied methods is where they've actually done fMRI studies where they look at people's brains is playing Tetris, because it makes such a continuous bit on your prefrontal cortex.
Yeah, that and there's this game on the New York Times called Spelling Bee where you just like you just find words and it really just
Yeah.
like I can feel it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because you're actually manually. So when your brain wants homeostasis.
Right.
So it wants equal blood flow and electrical activity across the cortex. When you're nervous, there's too much in your fear center.
Huh.
And so when you're playing a game like that, you're manually pushing blood flow and electrical activity. into
I
your
wonder if chess players are inherently anxious people, because it's really quite addicting. Because there's there's a zen.
Yeah.
There's a real like when you first start playing chess, you enter this state of zen that you've never experienced. It's
Yeah.
just like it's so relaxing. It's incredible.
So let's talk about homeostasis. So my default homeostasis is not great.
Yeah.
So,
like,
should we define homeostasis?
Just means equal blood
You're
flow and
kinda-
electrical activity. Across
I was saying it as kind of like you're resting, like when you just default to, let's say, default Sam. What is that? My default right now is not very disciplined. It's kind of like what I want is like very chaotic content, like culture war, insanity. How are the communists destroying the country, or how are the far right destroying the country? And I'll listen to both sides. So it's like even more conflict on the inside.
But that gets your feelings involved.
No, but I can tell you exactly why you're doing this, and it also applies to the risk-seeking behavior too. You have been chronically stressed to the point where your system has leveled up. So a person who hasn't been chronically stressed, their baseline is lower, but yours is up here, and the world isn't operating up here, and so you need extra stimulus in order to feel normal.
Fuck.
So that's what's going on. But you can actually change
How
that.
do I level down?
a lot of practice and discipline, but you can rewire your brain.
Sounds
The
like
whole
you're telling me to
system
meditate.
Is malleable. No, I'm not telling you to meditate.
So
No.
I got a question. So like when I sometimes do jujitsu at night, I have trouble sleeping, and I can't tell if it's because I'm wound up from jujitsu or because I eat after jujitsu and I've got too much food in my system, which like does that do weird stuff to where the blood goes in my body? Like
Food is tricky because when you're full, you're manually stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system because your belly is full. So it's pushing against the rest and your body is trying to digest. So that can make you feel more calm, but it can also disrupt your sleep chemically and in other ways.
Okay.
So, but the jujitsu thing could be just excess adrenaline and
Yeah, because
cortisol.
it's like an 800 calorie workout.
Yeah.
And it's really, and
If you
people are
could do
trying
it,
to, people
what
are
time
trying-
do you do it? Like,
I usually at night, I usually finish by 7:30.
That's late.
it's pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't exercise past 4.
Past
I
4?
try not to. I do, but
So how
not
can
at
I like,
800.
how can I come down off, like what if I have a class at night where I'm wound up, like should I be just doing those exercises that you talked about, or is there what should I be doing?
If you can do some breathing exercises, I would do that. Also heat, like if you can take a really hot bath.
Yeah, because that lowers your core temperature.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Anything that brings calm.
So something I basically, if I do that, I have to be something kind of aggressive
Yeah.
after I work out to
Yeah.
calm my body down.
Yep.
Have you guys heard Matthew Walker, the sleep scientist?
Yeah, I read his book.
He's out at the Berkeley Center. How come we can't get him on any of our shows?
He's too famous.
We got to go just
I don't know him.
knock on his door.
I emailed him. He never got back to me.
I emailed him. He never got back to me, too.
He doesn't care about us.
What's his, I'll try next. What's his deal?
What's his deal? He's a sleep expert. He wrote.
Ben and I sleep terribly.
Yeah.
Really bad.
He's like the world. He has all the numbers on like sleep and how it.
I
messes
slept
you
better
up.
than Tracy today, though.
Yeah, me
Verified.
too.
My
What was your
bio,
sc- what was
you
your
did
score?
too?
What
No,
was
I
your-
slept like crap.
What was your
which I never
score?
do.
What was your score?
My score was, here, let's pull it up.
Mine was 51.
51.
shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
It said poor.
Tracy woke up from like
How do you
2 to 4.
Tracy, how do you feel?
Oh, I hate that.
Like shit. Yeah. I feel like I'm inside out.
Hey, just don't do
Yeah.
that. Just think positive thoughts.
I feel great.
I
I
hate
got
that
it.
eye burny feeling. Do you have that eye
yes.
today?
Oh.
It's like I
don't think mine
woke
was-
up
When I don't
for
sleep-
a flight.
I feel like my face is made
Yeah.
of wet sand and it's like sliding off my skull.
That is a horrifying image.
Yeah. I got an 88 last night though.
Whoa.
Bragger.
Yeah.
I got an
Yes.
83. That's
How
really low
white
for me.
supremacist of you.
What?
88.
White supremacist?
Yeah, you've never heard that?
I'm a
That's like
Jew.
I know. That's like a dog whistle.
Oh, shut up.
Swear to God.
Bullshit.
Anytime you see somebody writing 88, they're a bad person. You
I
don't
don't-
want to be
I
around
don't
them.
Wait,
wanna-
really?
Yeah.
Why?
I've heard that.
It's the 8th letter of the alphabet, so it's HH, Heil Hitler. That's why we can't go by HH with Hello Humans. It's really,
Oh, that's.
yeah, it's like already taken. It's like firmly established.
I
I got a 76.
I got 83. I got 6 hours of sleep, but I usually get like a 98.
6 hours? So you got 6 hours?
Yeah.
And how do you feel?
I feel like crap.
Okay.
Nice. I got 6
Is yours
hours.
on the ring? You're using a ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 6 hours, but I got a 76. So my 6 hours was better than your 6 hours.
I got
Good job.
Thanks.
Does knowing your score affect how you feel?
yes.
No, I think it like validates.
Actually, I
like
got
you feel
an-
like crap and it's okay.
Yeah, I
You
got
know?
I got an 89 actually.
He just changed that, so he wouldn't be.
Is
And
that
then-
like an A minus or a B plus?
That's an A minus.
That is definitely a B plus. Whoa, no. A's start at 90, sir.
Which one of these
No,
two is a
A started at 88.
Only in England. Tracy, do you have any? Are there any usable questions today that we have?
Let me check.
All right, we are going to go to a quick shitstorm. Maybe. We'll see.
Hello.
Hello.
Do the questions have to be regarding coping mechanisms?
Not really.
Okay.
They could, if there's any, but I don't think there are any.
How about this one? How do I break it off with this comedian without hurting his feelings?
With a joke, obviously.
What would the joke be though? Like a prank?
I would just be like, I've been thinking about it and I am ready to take this relationship to the next step.
You know,
And then whatever he says, just be like, just kidding, we're breaking up.
Oh.
so the thing is
Eat dirt. It'll be good for their career. I almost assumed it was.
well, that's the thing.
a
It's
male.
like it's interesting that this person mentions comedian. It's like, be prepared to be fodder for this
That's
person.
true. Yeah.
Like you're going to be on stage and you're going to be on Instagram soon.
That's
Most great
true.
comedy has to do with wanting to kill yourself. So if you can just annihilate this person, I think you'd be doing them a favor. Probably.
I also, though, I don't know if any of y'all have known any comedians. They are the darkest people.
Yeah.
I'm sure that whatever you are.
I know
about
an
to
exception
serve
to the
up-
rule.
Do you?
Yeah, Steve Simone.
'Cause
Super wholesome. He
could-
like raises money for children's hospitals.
Because the thing is that I think that if they weren't comedians, they would be, serial killers.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, all of them, like Richard Pryor, Bill Cosby.
This is
Just,
about to become a dark conversation.
I'm just saying, they're dark, man. Like, dark.
They're dark because they're struggling with.
We're boring with the sleep score thing. Sorry.
Sorry, Ty. I think that there's enough darkness that you don't need to worry that this person can't cope. Is my opinion.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
She or she.
Okay.
I think it depends if they want to be fodder or not.
Yeah, right. If you do go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Do it on stage.
Yes.
Break up with him
On stage.
On stage. Oh my God. What a heckle. Can you imagine getting heckled by your girlfriend? Like,
And then
we're breaking-
broken up with.
That'd be epic, actually.
Honestly, you could
Awful.
make a viral moment.
I don't think that's ever been done. I don't
you
think it's
could
ever
be
been done.
famous.
Well,
Yeah.
I was going to say you could help them on your way out.
Yeah.
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 Right. What a gift.
I mean, if you're going to break his heart, he might as well make some money off of it.
Agreed.
But then he's like tied to that moment. That's the moment he became famous, right? So then he's going to have to keep reliving that.
You can be
Maybe
a heartbreak guy,
That's fine.
which I almost felt like I was becoming heartbreak guy.
You can
'Cause
just-
that's the only thing I would write about. That's the only thing I wanted to write
Heartbreak?
about. Yeah, it was just heartbreaks throughout the years.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's rich.
What else we got,
territory.
JC?
Okay, let's see. How to find my people as a sensitive type, an introvert disguised as an extrovert.
I'm glad you asked because this is a very, very important moment for you. This is the moment you realize you don't have people. If you were going to have people, you would have already had people. Nobody wants you. You're an adult orphan. Now you just have to accept it.
As usual, you're projecting.
Well, okay. What do you got?
Damn.
Um,
Ben worked too hard on that.
Yeah.
yeah, my brain's
Are you an introvert?
very much so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
How'd you find your people, Ben? It seems like
slowly.
that must have been a
I think
struggle for you.
this is yes, Sam. Thank you. I will say that ever since I was very young, I didn't know the terms introvert and extrovert, but I knew that I had a social problem. And so when I
How'd you know?
because I didn't have any friends.
Okay.
This is real. It's real basic, real binary. Also, I didn't have very many social skills. But what I did was I kept my eye out for people that I could connect with. And so when I found someone that was where there was a connection, it was like I would treasure it more than I think other people would. Like, oh, that there's a spark there of that human. And so I put more energy into looking for people that I connect with.
So when you were, let's say, 11, you were aware that you were deficient?
Acutely aware.
Wow. Okay. So I had like more of like a weird proto-incel-y grandiosity where I just was like, oh, the reason why I struggle must be everyone else.
No.
Like I was not aware it was me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the culture of the school was stupid.
Right. Well, I also know I was the fat kid, so there was that. It was like, oh, I don't look right.
Yeah.
And I also knew that I don't know. I just knew that there was something really,
Were you
really wrong.
bullied?
Oh, horribly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got there because I didn't talk to anyone.
It's interesting.
So like first grade to like fifth grade, I was just really quiet. I would just sit in the corner and just kind of like stew about not being appreciated. And then once I started trying to interact, then I realized at that point I could no longer argue that it was everyone else. But I used to just be like, why does no one know how brilliant I am?
Oh,
No,
And
it's
how much I
something
have,
really sad
how much I
about
have to offer.
well, it's inflation versus deflation. I
Right.
deflated and you inflated. They're both defense mechanisms.
Right.
Wow, way to bring it back onto topic.
Mm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How about you?
I had friends. I'm delightful.
You heard it here. MC was popular.
No, I wasn't popular. I did okay. I did okay. I don't know.
Good for you.
How do you find your people? I think, as you said, slowly. And if you're sensitive, you look for the other sensitive ones. You know them because they're the ones in the corner. Right?
You know what's really an interesting dynamic is that I find that a lot of my friends are extroverts, and the reason is because the extroverts are the ones that are reaching out. It's like I only have one friend who I consider to be an introvert.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just introverts don't find each other. Well, why would they? Right?
They don't make plans.
But I think we make these terms a little ridiculous when we're saying like an introvert like does not speak to.
No, I'm not
humans.
saying they don't speak, but they don't, like she said, they don't make plans. They don't reach out. They don't. In other words, the introvert has kind of has in my experience has a lot of these sort of, they're kind of in their little cocoon, and the extrovert's like, hey, there's a cocoon, I'm going to go rip that apart. And whereas if there's a fellow introvert in the room, and you're both in cocoons, you're just not going to find each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but I also
the internet,
disagree.
though.
What do you disagree
makes
with?
for good introvert, like Reddit. All the introverts unite on Reddit.
Well, separately in their own homes, right? I mean,
Yeah.
The real difference between an introvert and an extrovert is where you get energy. Introverts, hold on. Introverts are not like antisocial. Introverts need processing time by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you can accept that about yourself and then engage in a way that feels energetically okay, it's going to feel a little draining.
Mm-hmm.
And then get the processing time by yourself. So I think the other thing is to socialize in doses that you feel like you can handle.
So I'm going to disagree. It is part of where we get our energy. That introverts put primary importance on things that are in the internal world, and extroverts put primary importance on the things that are in the outer world. So introverts, while they're not necessarily,
You both are talking about two totally separate things.
Totally.
What do you mean?
They're not mutually exclusive.
Well,
So
I'm
she's
saying
talking
that,
about where one gets excitement or energy.
yeah, because that's where their meaning is. So the meaning is that the introvert puts meaning on things that are within, right? And so they tend.
Where are you getting that though? Like what theory structure?
Carl Jung.
His opinion. Okay.
Yeah, I mean
Jungian.
Jungian.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. And they just, but I'm saying that the idea that we get energy from it's the world is within, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the stuff happens. That's where the things occur.
But that doesn't mean you don't socialize. I'm an introvert.
I'm getting that.
But
I'm getting
okay,
that.
go
What I'm
ahead.
saying is that they tend not to. It's not that they're antisocial, but the desire to be social, the mechanisms that one goes through to be social are not as treasured by the introvert. It's not like they may know they need to do it and it takes more work. So on a statistical level, there's no science to back this up, but I would imagine they would probably
There we go.
tend not to reach out as much.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm saying is that I find that extroverts are the ones who find me, not introverts, because they are doing the things.
Because you're a lazy finder.
Oh, fuck you.
You're not going out of your way to find other introverts.
You talk a lot for an introvert.
That's because I save
Yeah, you
up.
talk a
I save
lot,
up all
yeah.
my energy for this.
In a real
I'm
note,
gonna poke you for disagreeing with me.
In a real note, hers
We'll
is
talk more
hers
later.
is way more.
Clinical.
I was going to say like
Why? How so?
popular.
Because the research.
The research, Ben.
That's
Do
why I was
they-
asking what theoretical thing you were looking at. Because the research shows that introverts don't necessarily. I think the research shows opposite to what you just said. It's not the case that introverts don't reach out. It's that when they do, they need to come back and process. But we could double check.
Anyway,
But that
to
takes
answer
extra
the question.
effort, right?
Whoa. To answer the question, classes. Classes are the answer.
Classes are the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, what are you going to do? Meet somebody at a grocery store? You're not that slick. You're not going to have a meet cute at a grocery store. That's not going to happen for you.
I want
No.
that on a t-shirt.
You want friends? You got to pay money. You got to. This is actually good advice. You got to go to classes. You got to go to classes where you're going to be there
Yep.
for a couple of sessions, and you'll have time to adjust and meet each other slowly and organically, and then maybe just say like, "Hey, you seem like really cool. Do you want to do pottery some other time outside this class? Let's be friends."
There's also a distraction, which is great because there's something built in that you can talk about.
There's something you could do.
Yep.
Like you.
Ben's mad.
I'm not mad.
How many of your friends are jujitsu
I
people?
don't feel mad. Very few, actually.
Dennis, do you hear that? He says yes. He says very few.
I just go to class to train.
Weird. I met all of you on Instagram, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right?
You didn't
No,
know me on
we met
Instagram.
from Charlie.
It's his
Wow.
fault. He did this. He's
It's
getting
definitely
married in
right.
June.
I met Reese at work, which is kind of like class.
Mm-hmm.
Like work, obviously. You're together, you're doing stuff. You can say hey, you can be friends after work. met you two on the internet, right? Yeah.
What about 12-step programs? So
12-step is a good, but not everyone has drug and alcohol problems. That's the problem. Like, if you're lucky enough to qualify for a 12-step, you should probably go.
They should have like a nothing in particular.
I really wish there was.
Don't you think they should have nothing in particular anonymous?
Yeah, human anonymous.
You know,
it's great. I mean, it's a cool system. It depends. It can get really weird. You know, there's like little micro communities, but the overall is like not a bad program. All right, Tracy, what else we got?
Let's see. Somebody commented that getting a divorce and realizing that my hookups are a form of coping/distraction.
When does sex become a problem, guys?
When it starts to ruin your life.
Go on.
I think we have this tendency right now to pathologize everything. Like, I'm hearing people say, I was dissociating, and what they mean is they were watching Netflix or, you know.
Yeah.
And I hate that. So I think if you're enjoying yourself and you're out there and you're being safe and you're choosing these things, then there's nothing wrong with that. I think if it's starting to impede in areas of your life like work or friendships or potential relationships, then you've got something to look at, which doesn't mean necessarily to swear it off, but to look at it.
I've got this nagging feeling I can't prove that people who sleep around a lot suffer in ways that are hard to measure. You know,
What if you're just high libido?
I get that. I don't know how to place it. I don't have, once again, no science, but I feel like there's.
I have a guess.
What's your guess?
What's your guess?
It's like puritanical.
It could be
leftovers about.
It could be, but I don't think it is. But it could be. If it were puritanical, I think I would only apply it to women.
I bet you apply it to women more than men.
I do not.
Do you think men shouldn't sleep around?
No, I think people should do what they want, but I have this nagging feeling that I just feel like people suffer when they do that.
Because they're.
I don't know.
My feeling is that you're going to die. You should sleep with all the people that you want to sleep with before you're going to die.
I think we wrap up this idea that, like, by offering yourself up in this, like, you know, sacred, pure way, that you're somehow ruining yourself. And I think
also
that's wrong.
Scientific fact that you gain people's powers and abilities when
I guess
you sleep with them.
I guess
Which is why you should sleep with talented people.
Osmosis.
I guess I just
It's
sense
true.
maybe it's
Believe
loneliness.
it.
Maybe it's loneliness.
I think people. I feel.
That's a judgment too. That the person.
Well, yeah. I mean,
who's leaving-
these are all judgments. I mean, you're making a judgment on my judgment. I mean, it's fine. You know, come on.
Touche.
So Ben, let's talk about your intimacy issues here.
Yeah, sure.
Why do you not feel it's okay to sleep around?
I don't. That's what I'm
Clearly
saying.
we're talking
So I
about
brought
you
this
here.
up because I knew it would troll both of you. So
But then there's an unwillingness to dig into why.
I'm just give me
Who
a
first
fucking
told you?
second.
Who
Jesus.
first told you that sex was dirty and wrong? Ben?
My mother, of course. But what I'm saying is
Okay.
that I sense I sense a sense of loneliness and sadness in folks that do that a lot.
I feel like
Men and women.
I have used sex in a way that was trying to fill a hole.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
I've
that's what I'm sensing.
And I've also, though, had moments of just really high intensity libido that felt great.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I've done both, and the outside of it, of like the outside of how many people have you slept with or how many times have you slept with somebody, were the same, but the motives underneath
So maybe
them.
maybe the difference is choice versus compulsion. If you're being compelled and you're not really choosing.
Yeah.
Well, I think if it's a compensatory.
What
it
if you're
becomes an
like
issue.
beautifully possessed by someone though?
I don't think there's a problem with that.
I don't think there's a problem with that. I think that's beautiful.
All right. That's
So
fine.
you need to sleep with 2 people by next week.
No,
Yeah.
thanks.
That's your shitty life advice homework for the week.
No, too much work.
Okay, 1 person.
Too much work.
Oh, jeez. All right.
I've been busy.
What else we got, Tracy?
How do I survive my 13-year-old's hormonal life?
Check out. Drink lots of alcohol and immediately start planning what you're going to do when you're rid of this demon, and just live in the fantasy of that. Like, there's a confrontation happening, and you can either meet it, rise to the occasion, and help raise this child through arguably the second childhood of their life, adolescence, or you can just do your own thing and let them do their own thing.
I wonder if the writer of that question has forgotten what it was like to be 13.
I
Well,
have.
Times are different though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't really compare 13 or
Well,
13.
I guess
to
the
this 13.
hormonal piece, I wonder like just how dysregulating it all was when you were that age.
I can't remember.
Do you think that's different now?
I view my son
Yes.
as a
Same Mark.
adult.
Like, how's it different?
How so?
I've just lost that. You know how some parents are like, "Oh yeah, I used to do that when I was 13." That's not me.
What do you mean? Just
I
'cause
like-
the activities are so different, or because
I don't
he's so
know.
different?
I think I'm just a fucking hypocrite.
Maybe.
Maybe. Like I know like when I'm parenting, like Reese will often be the one to be like, "Dude, come on." Like he's 13. We all did that when we were 13. And then I'll go, "Oh yeah, I guess we did."
So how do you guys think things are different now with 13-year-olds than they were 20 years ago?
I think literally everything is different. And I
But,
think that like, you know, biological hormone changes, I don't know, I've not done any research on that. I bet that's different too.
Well, that actually is true. There's the I think women have been hitting puberty 10 years
Earlier,
or
yeah.
every 10 years, like a couple months earlier or something like that. So maybe, yeah, I guess it is different.
But I think
Sperm
like,
count's going down too.
oh, geez.
well, we have
Yeah.
enough people.
Plastic.
What?
It's like
Plastic.
microplastic and hormones and
All that jazz.
Food.
And vape pens. But I think the world is very, very different, obviously, because like, for instance, like school now follows you after school,
Yeah.
right? And your social settings follow you into the household.
Mm.
So like, I don't know, I don't know what the actual repercussions of it, but I know that like the same could be said for adults where like work follows you home,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's a different world in itself. And also, like how strange is it that right before family movie night, my son is still like connected to his buds.
Yeah.
I have an idea though, which is that I think there's so much to gain when we ask someone what it is like. Like, so if in a moment where there's not high conflict, if you can turn to your 13-year-old and ask some really compassionate questions about what it feels like right now to be 13, because you don't know, and see if that can maybe open up at least some relational glue in the face of whatever else is going on.
I just think that I'd get like a God, Mom.
Maybe.
How teenagery is your son?
He's pretty teenagery. He's 14.
Jax hasn't hit the weirdness yet. It's like, I know it's coming, but we haven't gotten there.
I get the like that sound a lot.
Mom.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Do you feel like you remember what it was like to be a teenager?
Yeah, I was not nice to my mom, and she always talked about that. So
So like how
I
do you-
just thought she was dumb and didn't know anything.
yeah.
Which is a critical part of differentiation. Like, even though
Yeah.
that feels bad, that needs to happen in order for you to individuate.
I saw a meme this week that was like, I realized my mom was right. I just didn't like her tone. Did you see that?
No, but I love that.
Yeah, I think that kids just get triggered by their parents' voices. Everything is, and it's like, I will ask my son to do something in the nicest voice, and he'll just receive me as being awful.
Yeah.
I still feel that way with my mom sometimes. The way she asks. It's like, if somebody else were to ask, I'd just be like, yeah, of course. Of course I'll help you do a dump run. And then if my mom asks I still have that like teenager, like,
Oh,
fuck you,
Mom.
Mom. Don't you know you should have asked me like a couple hours ahead of time? Because my mom likes to do things like right then and there. And it just drives me nuts. Because I'll be like getting ready to leave the house at like 8 a.m. And she'll be like, hey, can you help me with this? And it's like, no. No, because my day is already planned.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for living on the same block as your mom.
The compound life, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a choice, though. I just have to accept that.
See, I live like 20 blocks away from my mother. That was my solution.
That's a really
It's a compromise.
good distance, though.
It's a compromise.
Because you could still go have dinner once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when's your mom coming on the show so we can learn the real truth about you?
If I said, "Hey, Mom, do you want to be on the Shitty Life Advice?" and she would say, "When hell freezes over," or she would say, "Over my dead body."
I'll talk to your mom. We need to know.
She will say that even more forcefully to you.
We need to know.
She will cut you to ribbons.
Has Ben ever been bored before?
How come this keeps coming up?
What was the other one? There was another one.
We need photo albums.
Yes.
We need photo albums.
Of what?
You.
You.
Why?
As a child.
Yeah.
You want my photo album?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's it?
Sure.
That's all it takes.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't know why is everybody so focused on me right now? I don't
We
understand.
love you, Ben.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, I don't receive love. I thought we had this conversation.
That's going in the other one. Ben doesn't get bored. He doesn't receive love.
There was a third one. We're missing
Yeah,
it.
we're missing it.
He's a nice person.
Anyway, wow, no call-ins today.
That's terrible.
So sad. Thank you, Reese. It's
what
the
did that
official call. That was funny, friends.
Oh.
Yeah, that's normally when the call-in segment would happen. Anyway, folks, we are trying to improve this experience. I hope that is a fun lunchtime activity for you. And this is pretty loosey-goosey, and we're going to be tightening up, but we want to do it in an informed way. So please, if you have any ideas for us, you can put it in the chat, or you can email me at sam@hellohumans.co. Oh my gosh,
God.
we got a caller.
So exciting.
Very exciting. Hello, welcome to Shitty Life Advice.
Thank you.
Hi, who am I speaking to?
This is Mars.
Marge?
Yeah, Marge.
Marge, okay. And what are your favorite coping mechanisms, Marge?
My favorite coping mechanisms, healthy ones, I like to have a dance party.
Okay, what
Oh.
about
We love
unhealthy
it.
ones?
That's a good one.
Yeah, so the healthy ones, I'd like turn up the music, listen to some good stuff, and just dance it out.
And your unhealthy ones?
Oh, my unhealthy. Well, it used to be self-harm.
Oh,
is
I
not-
know who you are. Hello, Marge.
It is not self-harm anymore.
Yay.
How long
but I
has
do
it
like
been
to-
since you self-harmed?
4 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
And
amazing.
Cutter, right?
Yeah, thank you. I also like to wallow in my self-pity.
Yeah. And so how come you stopped? Seemed like it was working before.
Because I realized it was getting me closer to a place that I just really couldn't turn around from.
Wow. Well, 4 years is pretty cool, though. And all.
Yeah, it is.
And so what do you do now when you get really activated?
What did you say?
What do you do now when you get really activated, when life gets really hard?
Shut down and panic.
Nice. What do you hope?
Yeah.
What do you hope that you would do? What's like the aspiration?
Work through it in a healthy way and not fall into a pit of despair.
Yeah, that sounds good. So when you think about, gosh, this is how I want to handle adversity when it happens, because it will happen, right? We can all agree on that. What's your idealized version when you close your eyes of like how the most adult, emotionally responsible Marge would handle these things? What would she do?
Probably, first of all, have a safety plan and actually follow through with the safety plan, but also not just kind of blow it off.
Yeah. Do you have a safety plan?
It's really just to reach out to people and find a safe spot and do something that brings me some sort of calm or enjoyment. Whatever that is, if that's like watching a movie, listening to music.
Is it written
Doing
down
something
anywhere?
else. It is not written down.
Do you know what I think would be really fun? As like
What would be fun?
a fun craft. Are you crafty? I feel like you're crafty.
I am not crafty in the slightest.
Okay.
Zero amount of craftness in my body.
Are you down to try?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Here's what you're going to do. Here's your
Don't
homework
listen to
assignment.
him. Don't listen to him.
Oh yeah, I'll take the glasses off. This is good advice. This is good advice. Okay, you ready? You're gonna get a cute little box, and you're gonna paint it red, and then in a little white paint pen, you're gonna write like, "In case of emergency, open box," and stick it on your wall. and it will be like a little like first aid kit, except when you open it, it's just a cute little list of what your safety plan is. Which is, what did you say? It was call friends, right? Is number one.
Call friends.
Okay, and then what's
To have a dance party.
Okay, have a dance party. What else?
Watch a funny movie.
Okay, you could add like drink a
Find a horse.
Nice
Find
glass.
a horse and pet a horse.
You have horses? Okay, now we're talking.
Well, I don't have horses. I live in a place with horses.
Same thing, you know?
Yeah. What do you say? Drink a nice cold glass of?
Water, except not cold. I don't believe in cold water, but definitely drinking a nice glass of water.
Why don't you believe in cold water?
It's bad for you, Ben.
You don't believe in cold water?
No,
Here
all
we
right,
go.
hold on. Glasses are coming back on. No,
I feel like I've heard you talk about
cold
this.
water is bad for you. When I was 12, Marge, okay, when I was 12,
Okay.
my mom took me to Mexico.
Oh boy.
And by took me to Mexico, I mean, I think she had a working gig. So we went to Mexico because it was free, because that's kind of how the vacations went in those days. And here, put me on camera. Get me up. Hold on. I need my glamour shot. There we go. Okay. We go to Club Med. Do you know what Club Med is?
I've heard of it.
All inclusive. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Great.
what my mom decided was a good idea is the taxi driver who drove us to Club Med from the airport, she got his number. His name was Celso. He had a really long thumbnail. When I asked him why his thumbnail was so long, he said, because I like it. And so her childcare plan was to call Celso, this random taxi cab driver, and to to have him take me into the not tourist town next by and give me an authentic Mexican experience.
What could go wrong?
So of
Wow, nothing could go wrong.
yeah, so I forgot how I was. I don't think I was a teenager yet. I was like 11, 12. And so, of course, Celso takes me to a bar, and then like a nice bar. And then he takes me to a strip club.
I have a dumb question. Is there a drinking age? I've never been to Mexico.
In Mexico, I mean, they were serving Celso and I. So I don't know
So you
the
didn't-
actual...
damn.
Anyway, stop interrupting my story.
Wow.
This is my
Sorry,
time.
Go ahead.
My time. Okay. So in the strip club, which is different than U.S. strip clubs, I found out. I didn't know this at the time, but
Okay.
Celso is digitally, that means with his fingers, inside one of the ladies, and he's going, look, you can do this, you can do this. And I'm
The
going,
thumbnail?
not the
Holy-
thumbnail.
Oh,
No. Tracy, too far.
Sorry.
And I was a little freaked out. I wasn't quite sexual yet. So I was just like, what is happening? And so we go from like the lounge area to the bar area of the strip club and get another beer. And when the gal comes to serve us, she brings us 2 glasses of ice and 2 bottles of beer. And Celso goes, no ice. And then he turns to me and he goes, never, ever drink liquid with ice in it. It's bad for your stomach. Your stomach's supposed to be hot. It's a furnace. Never.
So that
use
really
ice.
stuck with you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was the fingering strippers associated with this, but yes, this no ice thing, I take it very seriously. I'm dead set.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a twisted ass
And
story.
this is your
It's a
origin
twisted
story.
Yeah, core memory.
Did you know that
Jesus.
the Chinese are really into warm water? Cold is bad.
Cold is bad. See, so if you got Central America and the
Well, also there's a thing about
China.
ice in Mexico is you can get sick from the water,
Mhm.
so they don't put ice in
Oh.
the drinks.
Sure can.
I'm overwhelmed.
So Marge, what else can we put on your list? Do you have a list, Marge? I want you to walk out of here with the rough draft of your safety plan.
Okay.
Okay, you got paper?
So-
Let me know when you have paper.
No, but hold on. If you give me 30 seconds, I
Sam,
can have paper.
Sam, I think you should make that kit that you just talked about, like for people's walls.
That
and
actually
stuff.
sounds like a really fun idea.
Thank you.
I'm into that idea.
Have you made one of those, Sam?
No, Tracy's gonna make it. It'll be like a little like safety box.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, how
We should get
fun
one
would
for the
that be?
studio.
Like not a paper mache project, but like it's
like
flat
like
packed.
those
and
crazy things you made over there, like something like that, something really sturdy.
You
you
mean
get
art?
to cut it.
The art?
But you know the boxes I'm
Those
talking about
crazy
in case of emergency, break glass. Like that's how it should
Is that
look.
art? Is that what that is?
Yes, that's art. What are you talking
I don't know.
If
Okay,
we-
I have paper.
okay,
It's a
Marge.
mouth walking
All
on
right, Ben.
plungers.
Oh my
Enough
God.
shit talk from you. Okay, Marge. What is the number one? Okay, are you feeling relatively okay right now?
Yes.
Okay. So since you're clear-headed, what is the rules of like the order of operations for when you're not feeling clear-headed? What's your desire for this person? Number one.
Number one is
You said call friends before. Is that the number one or is that not the number one?
yeah. Let's do that. I can reach out to friends.
Okay. How many? We got to get specific here.
Oh no. Okay. Three. Five.
5. Okay. You're going to call 5 people. If hopefully one of those 5 picks up, but if they don't, what's number 2 on the list?
Number 2 on the list is, how about we say a prayer?
Say a prayer is good. I like prayer.
Say a prayer.
Okay. What's number 3 on the list? Do you have a prayer you
Doesn't
like
that
to
be the
say?
first one?
I think specific's going to help you out here. Do you have a specific prayer you like to say?
No, I do not.
Okay. So
I do not.
let's get a little specific. What's the point of the prayer? Is it to ask your higher power to remove this or to help give you the strength for this
To
moment?
help give me the strength and the perspective.
Okay. So you're going to say a prayer asking higher power to give me strength and perspective.
Okay.
Okay. What's number 3?
It's going to be put on a song and dance.
Dance party. Dance party to
party.
how many songs? 1 song? 2 songs?
Oh, I mean, I would rather have an hours-long dance party, but probably it's more realistic to have a 2-song dance party.
2-song dance party. Sounds good. What else? That's 3, right? Or is that 4? Where are we?
That's three.
Three.
That's 3. So
That's
number
3.
4 is going to be drink some ice cold water.
No ice. No ice.
You can put an ice pack on your chest as well. That's a great thing to do when you're
Ooh, that's a good.
panicking. So keep one in the fridge.
Drink water, ice chest. Can that be one step?
Ice pack.
Yeah.
I like that.
Can you buy an ice pack today? Can you have this ready for your safety plan?
Yes, I can have it ready.
Okay.
Okay.
What about a
How
little?
many?
That's 4. What
Go
about
ahead.
a little joyful thing as the last?
There's a dance party in there.
Oh, that's true.
That's pretty good.
I do. I like to call. I like to tell people how great they are.
Oh, that's a great thing. Can I tell you why that works? Actually, when you
Yes.
are kind to someone, you activate what they call the hope circuit. It's kind of cheesy, which is counterposed to the fear circuit. So if you're panicking and you send out a bunch of text messages specifically saying why you're grateful for somebody, you actually turn down the anxiety and you turn up the hope.
That's
There we
awesome.
go.
Okay, so what do we say? Step number 5, you got to write 5 people.
No. What?
Compliment.
Number 1, reach out to 5 friends. Number
That's
2,
calling.
say a
That's
prayer.
calling.
Oh, calling? Ah,
Yeah. Do you think I'd let you get away? Yeah, you got to call. Hopefully you get somebody. But if not, what's number 2?
Number 2 is say a prayer. Ask for strength and perspective.
Yay.
Okay, what's number 3?
Dance party to 2 songs.
Yay.
Perfect. What's number 4?
And then drink cold water.
Drink cold water and
Well, I put number 5 as ice pack on chest.
If you're gonna subscribe to the Sam Lamont, do not drink cold water. You got to do drink water and have the cold ice pack on your chest.
it's got to be step 4. Because step 5, we're activating
Both
the
of
hope
them.
circuit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. that's
Step
fair.
5 is more fun. See, step 1 is like the SOS. That's the not fun call.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I
very
need
not
you on the line. Step 5 is the fun part where you get to write a couple people. I think you should write 5 gratitude little notes. They have to be like 3 sentences or more. Why you love that.
5 people of 3 sentences or more.
Yep.
Deal.
And then you're going to make a cute little box that is brightly
Oh, yeah.
that is brightly colored, like red or yellow or like some kind of hazard color. And you're going to put it on the wall. And it's going to say, in case of
How am I going to
emergency,
put it on the wall?
you got to figure this out. Command strips. You got to target. You can buy command
Okay.
strips. I have faith in you.
Okay, I'm sort of.
You
I
have
can
not
figure it out.
self-harm in 4 years. I believe you can do great things.
Oh well, hey, thanks.
And then the next time you call me, all wigged out, because obviously I'll be one of the people you reach out to.
Yes.
The next time you call me, I'm going to say, hey, you got a plan for this, right?
My answer is going to be yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do you like the plan?
Okay, great. This has been very helpful for me.
Yay.
Hey.
Um,
Guys.
would you text message me a picture of the box when it's all done, and we can show it next
Yes.
week? We can show it next week.
Now that's really holding me accountable.
So like this project is more important than all your relationships, your work,
Yes.
everything. And
It
you're,
should be number one on the list.
you're going to get it done at least this weekend. Or when are you off work? I know you might work weekends.
I actually go back to work tomorrow. My days off are Monday, Tuesday. But you know what? It's okay. I'll get it done.
Get
Yay.
it done. I
Yay.
can't wait to see it. And I love you lots, and I'm
I'm
so
gonna get
proud
it
of
done.
you for 4 years. That's so incredible.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, Marge, is there anything else you want to talk about before we end this broadcast?
No. I'll call back next week.
Thank you, Marge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can be a regular all you want.
Maybe you should be our hero.
You should be our hero next
Yeah.
week.
Do you want to be our hero?
I can try. I don't know if that will work with the schedule, but I will talk to you
All right. No one wants to be a hero. I
someday.
need a
No,
hero.
someday I will be your help.
Okay. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. I love you. Oh, sorry. Glasses,
I love you
glasses
too.
are on. I love you. Okay.
Have
All
a
right,
great day.
folks. That's your homework for the week. Everybody's got to make your safety plan and your boxes. Please text your safety plan boxes to, I don't know what this number is, to that number that's on the screen right now. Look at it. Save that number. Okay. This should be saved in your phone as
Screenshot.
Shitty Life Advice. And literally every Tuesday, you should just start spamming it. Okay? Doesn't even matter if you're watching the show. Just call in. 12:30 rolls around, call that fucking number. That one right here. Okay? Save it in your phone. You're welcome to interrupt the show all you want. We have no way to even screen phone calls. It's great. And please text us your little, in case of emergency, break glass safety plan boxes, as well as the cool ideas that you have for your thing. And then eventually we will monetize it, because that's what you do these days. And we'll make this very wholesome thing a way for us to make money. All right. That's it, folks. Thank you so much. And this is our, that was supposed to be the come down. So that was it. That's it. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Tell your friends. Make sure to like and subscribe and push the little bell. And if you have any ideas, you can also text that number that was just there, your good ideas. We're about to meet and talk about how to improve the show. And thanks for being a part of this weird experiment. Lots of love.